Welcome back to the dial, ladies and gentlemen. And today we have the Christopher Ward C65 DUNE GMT. Now, if you're living under a rock, I hope not, we actually recorded part 1, Yanko's episode of his review and unboxing of the C65 GMT. And fortunately, I had the opportunity to enjoy this watch for some time, and I want to give you guys my opinions of this very, very lovely yet very understated watch. So just to give you off the bat, this watch is lighter than you think it is. When we got it the first time, I thought, okay, when I saw it, I'm like, this doesn't look big, but it doesn't look light either. So I'm like, maybe I should give it a try, put it on, let's see. Yanko had his fun, and then it was my turn. I put it on my wrist and I said, this is possibly the lightest watch I've actually worn, funny enough, for considering the quality, the titanium, and all the materials that go into this particular watch. And for the first time, I actually enjoyed a GMT watch. I actually had fun really enjoying, using the watch and, testing out different time zones and actually doing it in real life. Actually, saying, actually, let me track the time in Australia. I tracked the time in Hong Kong. I tracked the time in London, and I tracked the time in Toronto. And it worked perfectly. It was for the first time I could see the two different times at the same time, which is a really cool experience. And the way you have to do with this watch, actually, this watch is very sensitive, I must say. So if you notice right now, the green hand is on the 6 o'clock hour mark, actually. The green bezel on the inner bezel is in a green color, which is a 24-hour bezel on this particular GMT. And if I pull the crown ever so slightly, like so, now the green actual hand will start to move. Now, on this particular watch, this hand only moves in a clockwise direction. So just in case you think you can go anti-clockwise, you cannot. And you quite literally set it to the particular hour and the particular time, as so. And then simply you just press it in. Boom. And there you go. Your time zone, your second time zone, has been set. And yeah, so I was doing this a lot. I was literally just changing time zones. I had to Google some of them to make sure it's accurate. And I was having a lot of fun in it. The aesthetic is beautiful. I had the opportunity to wear it across many different occasions. Mostly very casual. It gave me a very casual feel. I think you can agree that this watch is not really the most formal timepiece, but again, also gives off a very sense of ruggedness, actually, because of the camel webbing on this particular strap. As you can see, it's been worn a few times. And yeah, this particular watch is very, very friendly with, day-to-day. This was my daily watch for quite some time. And I think that, yeah, I would recommend this to be a very good daily watch, highly good quality. I was scared to scratch it a few times. Sorry, Christopher Ward. But you'll see that the watch is actually very resilient and genuinely not even a dent. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Very, very strong watch. Very, very strong quality. And this particular timepiece is, I would say, from an aesthetic point of view, is one thing I struggled really to dress it up with personally. Maybe it's the strap. Maybe if I change the strap, that would be a different scenario. Maybe I prefer leather straps for your dress watches, which is mostly common. But nonetheless, for your casual wear, for outdoors as well, I think doesn't have the highest water resistance. But I mean, you're not really gonna go 150 meters or 100 meters on your day-to-day life. So this is not a diver's watch, but it does the job as and when if you get it a little bit wet. And I, yes, got it a little bit wet a few times, but it's all good. And one thing about this watch that I really love, if you just go to the back, the case back, is of course that lovely, lovely movement over there. This movement is one of the most beautiful pieces of a watch. I mean, the case back, a see-through case back is an astonishing marvel to look at. And this particular movement is perfect. I believe it has a 56-hour power reserve, and that is 100% the case. To rewind it is very, very easy, very, very simple. You pretty much just, wind it up, shake it around a little bit, and we're good to go. You even hear, the one thing I love about this particular watch is, more times than I'd like to admit, I would actually hear the very, very, very faintly, the ticker in the movement, moving multiple 100 times per second throughout the day. You can actually notice it. And it is actually quite cool to be like, wow, this is literally tracking time as I'm wearing it, and you can not only see it obviously, but you can hear it. So that's really, really, really cool. One thing about this particular watch that I wasn't the biggest fan of is, if you're a bit too touchy with the watch, your fingerprints are going to show. Of course, if you look at the finish on the case, that is no surprise. But if that's something that kind of annoys you a little bit, then you'll just have to deal with it. But it doesn't annoy me that much. But sometimes I would look at the watch, I just really wanted just to wipe it down, with the microfiber cloth. But hey, that's just the crux of owning a watch that has this particular finish on the stainless steel case back. And aesthetic wise, beautiful, clean, very unique shapes on the particular number indicators, hour indicators. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Just personal preference, I guess that's up to you to decide. But the GMT function is perfect. It works wonderful. And I think for someone like me, first time actually using a GMT daily, it was really, really fun, having people from all over the world, and then actually like, oh, let me see what time it is in this country. Let me see what time it is in this country. And then actually contacting them like, oh, I called you now. Oh, well, how do you know it's 3 o'clock? I'm like, well, I have a GMT, so that's why I know the time in that particular country. So I think this watch is a great daily watch. Very, I wouldn't say bully. It's not bully friendly, but a few knocks here and there. Does absolutely nothing to the watch. I got a lot of compliments on the watch actually. The first couple of times, it's not really your very flashy watch. Doesn't have any diamonds, doesn't have any, crazy aesthetic pieces on it that draws a lot of people's attention. But to a lot of people that are into watches that I met and that I saw and that I talked to, they were like, you know what, this is actually a really, really good watch and it looks amazing. I got a lot of compliments. Even a lot of people were feeling the camel webbing on the strap. It's a very nice texture as well. Again, giving that rugged feel. So I didn't really have a chance to enjoy this watch in the outdoors and go outside and run or anything like that. I wasn't really sure if I could deal with that, if I could handle it. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but for that purpose. But again, your daily casual, going to the cafe, going to work, running for meetings, driving around, it does the job. It looks great. It's very light. So I know some people don't really like a watch that's a bit too light on the wrist, so it kind of feels like you're not wearing it, and you kind of, you're like, oh my goodness, did I lose my watch? You look at your wrist, but which I did do the first few days of wearing the watch. I won't lie, I was nervous, but I got used to it, and I think this is an absolutely beautiful timepiece that I think a lot of people should give it a chance. I mean, Christopher Ward as a brand, as you know, is the only British watchmaker thus far that has won a GPHG, specifically for their Belcanto. That's a conversation for another day, but you don't win a GPHG if you don't make good watches. So they make excellent watches, excellent quality, had no issues, had to wind it up a few times because I also wanted to just give a different rotation. I didn't want to get bored of the watch, because I think when you wear a watch every single day, unless that's what you want, then each to their own. But for me, I switched it up once in a while, and then probably about, I guess I would say 48 to over 48 hours, maybe 56 hours exactly, I realized, oh, watch has stopped winding, need to just wind it back up and you're good to go, have no issues. And this is a beautiful watch. I have nothing absolutely terrible to say. I mean, I haven't really felt any animosity towards the watch, if that's the big word we can use today. But lovely watch, lovely brand, stands for quality. Not only the packaging, again, episode 1, part 1 from Yanko, his unboxing, the packaging is amazing, the quality of the packaging is amazing, and the actual product is astonishing. I think that, again, Well done to Christopher Ward. Thank you for supporting the channel. We really appreciate it. It is a great feeling to know that we're being seen by the world, and we're not only being seen by those you have already encountered on the channel, but you'll be seen by a lot more people. We're very excited. It's a new year. We're full of energy, and we're really excited to see where this goes. And Christopher Ward, again, thank you so much for making incredible watches, for your brand, and for supporting the dial. So that's really it for me, short and sweet. This is my personal take on the C65 DUNE GMT from Christopher Ward. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Do you like it? Is there another Christopher Ward that maybe we can talk to Christopher Ward about, to maybe send to us? Maybe, we'll see. Let us know. I mean, personally, a Belcanto is my personal favorite, but we'll see what happens. So again, please like, share, subscribe, do all the nice things. If you just want to say hi, we'll say a hi back. And yeah, man, until next time on Hands on the Dial, stay on the watch.